Welcome to the community of being joy. How are you doing, my dear friends? Have you ever felt being embarrassed and disheartened due to the lack of self-confidence? Do you hate the self for not having enough boost of self-confidence to mingle within the public, business, and friend circle of yours? Well, if it is so, kindly listen to the entire video for being clear about how to hack self-confidence. In this video, I'm going to share few points to enhance self-confidence. Make sure to use it and rock in life. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed my channel, kindly subscribe now. Let's create community of being joy together. Life is a school. Each one has to learn something or the other every day. Each value or skill has to be consciously learned. Each skill has to be obtained through sincere efforts. The skill of self-confidence requires inner and outer makeup, combination of inner beauty of the soul and the external factors such as body language, habitual patterns, etc. have to be redesigned. Here is tip number 1 to hack self-confidence. Tip number 1, be the front seater. If the events demand to choose seats of one's own choice, generally we would notice that within the classrooms, seminar halls, conferences, churches, or in any public gatherings, seats at the back get quickly filled. Have you ever noticed that? Well, there is a human tendency to remain less seen during such gatherings. Therefore, at times we might see the tug of war to grab seats at the back. The reason behind the tendency of less seen is the sign of lack of the self-confidence. Whilst being seated in the front row, self-confidence built up. Try it out. From now onwards, keep an aim and kind of self-compulsion to sit in the front. You might feel a bit uncomfortable for being exposed much, but never mind. For being a person filled with self-confidence, this is an essential step. It's easy, applicable, and effective too. Obviously, nowadays we live in the world of showy business. Many people want to get exposed in multiple manners which reflect egoistic trait. Let's reflect and try to remember when you had seated in the front whilst attending a seminar or any other public gatherings. What were your feelings? Try to recall. How much comfortable did you feel at that time? If you are able to remember vividly the entire scenario, please jot it down your feelings in the comment box below. Tip number 2. Communicate whilst having eye-to-eye contact. The way somebody uses the eyes, it tells us much more about his personality. A lot more can be learned about that specific person on the basis of eye movement during the communication. If the person is not able to have eye contact whilst talking to the other person, means that he or she considers one's own self timid, inferior, and not so special in comparison to the person whom he or she is facing. Secondly, it's a sign of hiding something from the person along with whom the communication is taking place. Not communicating with easy, natural, and comfortable eye to eye contact reveals lack of self confidence. This inability has to be conquered by using the eye to eye contact during communication. There is a need to have understanding and awareness of eye to eye contact whilst facing others during communication. Remember that whilst having eye to eye contact with the opposite person or people reveal your inner being. It shows that you are filled with fearlessness, confidence, and honesty. Take a pause and reflect for a moment. What's your tendency? How do you communicate with the other person? What is your eye to eye contact moment whilst talking with the other person or many people? How many points would you give from 10 to 1 regarding eye to eye contact during communication to your own self? Feel free to comment in the comment box below. Tip number 3: walk faster. Usually, the people under frustration, stress, and lack of enthusiasm walk slowly whilst keeping their feet heavily upon the ground. Such kinds of people show that they are bundles of burdens for the Mother Earth. Do you agree? Common people walk with an average kind of speed. Their inner viewpoint is, I don't have ego towards myself. I'm okay. I'm here. That's it. I'm not having any concern to reach somewhere in life. The people without aim and objectives walk in such a manner. But the people filled with self confidence and inner spirit walk quickly in comparison with common people. Their walking style would be filled with speed. Their walking style declares to the world that I am here to do great things. I am on my mission. I have to fulfill many attainments and I have to attain many goals in my life. I have to do something important and that too within 15 minutes. In other words, it means I would perform my task with speedy manner. Experiment this tip of walking 25% quickly, holding the shoulders upright with uplifted head and flare walk faster and increase self-confidence. Remember that common people walk commonly, special people walk specially, confident people walk confidently. In which category would you like to be associated? Do you walk with grace, composure, and dignity? If yes, obviously you do express self confidence. Recall your favorite national hero. Recall the way he used to walk. For instance, Mahatma Gandhi. Have you seen how he used to walk? He used to walk with so much poise, prestige, and self confidence. Tip number 4: speak up. We would have come across with people of different categories in our lives. The ones who definitely would have deep understanding about the subject matter or would have greater qualifications, but they might not have become successful in participating any intellectual discussion or dialogues. It doesn't mean that they don't want to participate or they don't want to face others. It simply means that they don't have self confidence. Typical person in the conferences, etc., thinks that there won't be any value of my opinion. If I'm going to speak up, then I would seem foolish. Therefore, I don't want to say anything. On the other hand, others might be knowing much in comparison to myself. I don't want to express that how much naive am I. Every given point of opportunity, such typical one doesn't speak. Gradually and obviously, he or she declines the confidence. Every time he or she gives promises to the self that I'll surely speak during next time. But for such kinds of people, next time never comes because they never want to speak up. But on the brighter side of life, the more you speak, the more you raise self confidence. Consequently, to speak up your own opinion in public meetings or conferences, etc., becomes very easy. Speaking in specific conversations, conferences, and meetings is a vitamin to boost self confidence. Make a personal commitment to speak up. Participate in each corporate meetings, public platforms, discussions. Speak up voluntarily. Offer your suggestions. Ask questions. If not so, then try to be the first one to be the icebreaker. Isn't it a good idea? Be the first one to speak up your opinion. There is no need to get prejudiced to seem foolish to others. Agree with your own opinion and others will join with you. No need to hesitate for the self and wonder whether I'd be able to speak up or not. Reflect. Do you hold such clutter of shall I speak or shall I not? If yes, make a point to express your views, ideas, thoughts, opinions in the midst of public, corporate, or family gatherings from today onwards. Tip number 5: laugh out. My dear friends, laughter is the most appropriate and highly influential medicine to boost self confidence. But many a times people don't realize this truth and they don't try to laugh out whilst experiencing fear. Bigger laughter helps to chase away fear, worry, and frustration. And true laughter obviously enables you to vanish the weak and unnecessary thoughts. True laughter melts opposition of others, and if you laugh honestly, then the other person can't be angry. When you get caught up in the series of blunders and mishaps, make sure to laugh wholeheartedly upon oneself and see the wonders. how easily your self confidence is going to be strengthened for being accurate during next time performance in life. So, these are the few tips which can enable anybody to strengthen the self confidence. In the comment box below, kindly mention which tip do you like the most. Or you can also mention that upon which tip you are going to experiment from today onwards. Thank you for listening to the entire video. See you in the next video. Take care.